So here we are at Supercell 2024. I saw this guy driving around in this truck last year at 2023 Supercell, and it was the most amazing roadster that I had seen. And then this year, at some point during the year, you called me. We were talking about building another Bronco. I still didn't know you had the truck. It was the same person. Then you're at Supercell driving around. I went, oh, wait a minute. I have a picture of you from last year. So tell me, what year is your roadster?
It's a 1966, built in September of 65.
Probably, I'm going to guess, in the first 1,000 units built.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm not even really sure, but yeah, mid-September. And they started in August, of course. And so on second month of running.
What's special about the Roadster? Like, what are the things that make it an early production Bronco?
It happens to be an eyebrow grill Bronco, and they say they're the Bud Body, B-U-D-D. A unique tailgate to the early versions. It has a silver interior, a dash pad that's unreproduced, airbox vent that's different. It's all metal.
Does your airbox have like the metal grate on top of it too? I know the very first one did.
But it may have had it at once, but I don't have that.
And the Bud Company made early Broncos for Ford while they were getting their production line ready and their dies ready. They made, we still don't know how many, a few people like Jimmy Golden and Todd Zerker are trying to put together what the serial numbers were and when, so you can validate whether it's a Bud body or not. So that's the waterfall tailgate, right? Yeah.
Right.
I think you said some guys were actually trying to remake those.
Yes, taking a new tailgate and cutting out that line and reinserting it in order to make a reproduction.
It's the only way to get one, right?
It is, unless you can get really, really lucky and find one that's worth reworking.
What color is this truck? It's an amazing color.
It's a Caribbean turquoise, original Ford color. I think it's amazing too.
And you don't have a roll cage in it, so I guess roll cage would have been an option.
I don't even know if they were an option. It has a roll bar in it that someone had made, and it was in it when it was purchased. Since the holes were already there, I went in and had it powder coated and put back in, but it's a little tiny thing, and you could see joints where they welded it together. It's very imperfect, but I chose to use it to get the Bimini talk back on it.
Oh, it's better than nothing, probably.
That's right.
Back in the day.
That's for sure.
You're a brave man letting me drive this.
No power steering, like you said, three on the tree, single cylinder, master cylinder. It's pretty minimal, but it works and drives. It just drives like a 1966 Bronco.
One of my favorite touches of the truck are the wheels. It's got these chrome-plated wheels with these like baby moon hubcaps. Are those Ford hubcaps or?
No, it's just a throwback.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of do a throwback. I actually looked for military tires on it because in '66 you couldn't really find reproduction tires. People would use militaries or they'd use airplane tires and throw chains on them. And that was your aftermarket tires. I couldn't find a 916 military. I found the 750s. They were just too small. So that's why I stayed with the Super Swampers that are on it.
So does it have a lift kit?
It does. It's got the 3-inch Wild Horses lift and then a 1-inch body lift on it.
This thing drives so nice. The steering is super tight. There's no rattling or play. The brakes actually are fantastic. The suspension rides nice. This feels like what I would think a brand new truck would ride like in 1966.
I think you're right. I think that's don't expect it to ride like a brand new Bronco, like your new Bronco. Just expect what it was then, and it drives just as good as it did early on. Because
it's just that everything's so tight. There's no play in anything. It feels like it came right off the showroom floor. So I'm trying to shift this thing, and it's a little tricky. What is the key to shifting this thing?
It takes a little bit of practice, and it probably could use some more adjusting. But as you're shifting it, if you'll let it relax in neutral before going to the next gear, it does just fine. But if you try to rush it, it doesn't go as well. But it likes to relax in neutral and then pull into the next gear.
Maybe I'll have it down by the time we're done driving to the top of the mountain and back.
Hopefully. At least you're going downhill.
Does it make it easier?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, thanks again for letting me drive the truck. It's absolutely a pleasure to drive. And now you ruined me because now I got to go find a Roadster.
Good.
Finish my 69, finish the 79 while I'm looking for a Roadster. Yeah, it was amazing driving it all the way up to the Foothills Parkway that overlooks the whole valley where Supercell's held.
Yeah, Townsend, city of Townsend, and you can see Wears Valley down through there. It was gorgeous.
Thanks again. We'll look forward to seeing your Brook Blue truck when it gets done.
That's right. Good. Can't wait.